Do you feel that you are attracting the wrong men in your life? The only people who approach you or come into your life are users, abusers, losers. Well, today I am going to explore the concept of attracting the wrong men. I'm going to give you a different perspective. As a matter of fact, I am not going to give you the different perspective. I'm going to review an article by Toby Ate from ijustmetme.com. He's a very insightful, wise Christian expert, relationship expert. And I found his article and thought that this was really, it's an A-class article. I give in fact, I give him an A+ for it. And I would like to review his article. I attract the wrong men. And Toby starts out by positing many of the things that women say to him, and I've had such comments to myself when I go out and speak on different platforms and I meet many young women. They say, look, I attract the wrong men. The men who seem to like me are the wrong type. I always get approached by men who are not interested in stable relationship. I always seem to get approached only by the type of men I don't want. Is there something wrong with me? Well, look, I agree with Toby. Look, there is nothing wrong with you. And Toby says this. Listen to this very carefully. You are not only attracting the wrong man, you're attracting all types of men. It's just that many times the right man or right men are not the first to come up to you. I like that. You know, many times, you know, you go to a meeting, you go to a seminar, you go to church, and you get approached by these misfits, these people, the undesirables. It seems as though only the undesirables are coming to you. But as we explore this article, you'll find out that there are lots of men who want to approach you, who's interested in you. Only sometimes, in many of the instances, 95% of the time, the wrong men are the ones to approach quickest. Being approached by the wrong kind of men doesn't mean that there is something wrong with you. Let's get that out of the way, and I agree with Toby. It's just that even the wrong ones out there know a good thing when they see it. Isn't that cute? That is a very good insight, wise saying. In fact, he says, sometimes the better you are, the more you will attract all kinds of men. Now, that does not mean that you may not have to make changes in how you present yourself or how you think. It just means that you are not necessarily the problem. And he goes in to talk about the different reasons why these men seem to be the first to approach you. And the first one, he says, hey, the wrong men are not concerned about what type of fish they catch. They just throw a net and hope they catch one. So the wrong men are out there and they whistle at, they leer at, they approach, they have a banter with any and everything. Anything that wears a skirt or anything that is feminine, because there are women who wear pants. They just simply are looking for a hit. So many times these men, whether or not you are their type, they're just trying to get a hook, as it were. So they throw a wide net, and anything that comes into the net, they have a go at it. And you probably might be one of them. Secondly, the right men just have a different approach to determine if they should approach you in the first place. You know, these men, they are calculating, they are observing, they're looking at you from a distance. They seek to perceive more about you than your lipstick and your pretty dress. I like that. These men really want to know who you are so that they don't waste their time. They don't waste your time. They don't waste theirs. So they're in the corner. It's almost like, you know, some time ago, I was in radio and I used to do a radio show. I used to be a regular guest on Colorful Radio. And, sometimes we are in the studio and we're wanting people to call in and ask questions, to engage. And sometimes many people call in, sometimes a lot of people don't call in, and sometimes no one calls. And what the host told me is that, don't worry, even when people don't call, they're listening. And for every person that calls, there are a dozen, there are scores, there may be even hundreds of people just listening. They're listening, but they don't pick up the phone and call. Similarly, men are observing you. They are looking at you. And for every wrong man that approaches you, you could be guaranteed that there are 5, 10, maybe scores more looking, observing, waiting, biding their time, and probably trying to drum up the courage to approach you. See, let's go on. The right men actually want to succeed in approaching you. The wrong men are okay with trial and error. and this is also a very good point, that, a lot of men, a lot of the wrong men, they don't care what you say to them. They don't care what insults you hurl at them. They don't care whether or not you reject them. They are okay with that, and they will try and try and try. If you insult them, if you shoot them down, they will come back again, just for the fun, the challenge of securing a win with you. Whereas the right man is really very concerned. He wants to be able to succeed. And as a result, he doesn't approach straight off the bat. He plans, he deliberates, and he tries to find the right method of approaching you so that he doesn't fail. And Toby goes into to talk about an analogy between cheetahs and lions. He says lions are slow in the chase, but more powerful on impact. Lions depend on their strength. Cheetahs depend on their speed. Lions only hunt large prey. Cheetahs hunt small prey. Lions get closer before they make a move. Cheetahs chase earlier because they have the speed. Lions put in the work for a feast, never for a snack. Cheetahs will exert massive energy to catch what the lion considers a snack. So, do you want a lion or do you want a cheetah? Good question. Do you want a lion or do you want a cheetah? D. The right men, the ones you want, confident, mature, have things going on for them, well put together. Yeah, these men would like some respect too. I like to read what he says here. They don't want to get your eye rolling. They don't want to be given the hand. They certainly don't want you to embarrass them by signaling to your girlfriend to come and save you, by pretending that you need to go to the bathroom right now. Don't get me wrong. Some men, even the good ones, are just way off that you need that. You need a savior, a social savior. But what he's saying, I'm talking about that moment when you decide that even though he may be nice, he's not your type. How do you actually respond? How do you handle that situation? How do you get out of the environment, the situation, when you recognize that this person is not your cup of tea? You don't want to spend any more time with us. It's going to be a waste of time. It's not going any place. How do you handle that moment? Do men approach you and find that you're not interested in them and always leave your presence feeling embarrassed? In other words, do you help men to save face? Or do they have to drag their integrity in the dust after making an attempt to approach you? Listen to this very carefully. These right men you want, who are observing you from a distance, they wonder how you will reject them if you're not interested. So they observe how you treat the wrong men. Did you get that? They observe how you treat the wrong men. Whoa, that's a mouthful. How do you treat people? People are always observing you. Believe it or not, people are looking at how you treat other people. And they are sizing that up. They are judging you, for want of a better term. They're evaluating you by how you treat people, especially people who are less than you. Not only how you treat other men, how do you treat people in the street, how do you treat waiters, how do you treat people who are not of your social standing, how do you treat your subordinates. They're evaluating you by the way you treat. And right men will determine whether or not they approach you by how you treat others. Oh, let's read this little quote by Toby. The right men are observing you in terms of the future. The wrong men are observing you only in terms of right now. Yep. The wrong men just want to hold on to you. The right men know they have to hold on to you. Let me read that again. The wrong men just want to hold you. The right men know they want to hold on to you. Yes. F. Wrong men are comfortable declaring their intentions right away without getting to know you and without much observation. Good men get informed and then come out. Let's just look at this quote that Toby Ate has. She says, ladies, wrong men will try to impress you with declarations they think you want to hear, because they are not aware of the cost of delivering on those promises and commitments. So they end up promising you more than they can deliver. Good men want to know you before they declare intentions to commit, because they understand the cost. They understand that when they commit to you, they are going to the cross like Jesus did, to give himself up. No good man is in a rush to do that. No good man is in a rush to make commitments and declarations that he knows he should keep and he knows he has to live up to. Well, what he's saying, and I agree with this, I am willing to bet you that you're not just attracting bad men or wrong men, you are probably attracting good men too. They're out there, they're looking at you, probably praying about you right now, observing you from a distance. Just because the wrong ones are quick to say, hey, baby, or have a go at you, doesn't mean that the right ones aren't smiling at the thought of you too. And Toby says, look, you're not defined by the type of men who approach you. There may be nothing wrong with you. Get to know Christ. Understand God's purpose for you. How he wants to build you for the future. Be gracious. And this is important. Be gracious to the men out there that you don't want. Stay fab or fabulous. And the ones you do will find you soon enough. Be kind to others. And he ends with a prayer. And I would like to pray this prayer with you. I pray that the love of Jesus Christ will fill your hearts even right now. I pray that any heaviness of singleness may be lifted right now and be replaced with a lightness of heart to enjoy this awesome phase of life. There are right men out there. Even though the wrong men may be approaching you, there are right men who are eyeing you up. Stay strong. Stay focused. Stay hopeful. The right man at the right time will approach you.